Good morning, Nova Scotia. It's Saturday, August the 1st. I'm Dan Budgell, and this is Lighthouse Local. Your look at the stories, weather, and community news affecting people across our province. Our top story this morning is about the continued disappearance of locally produced news in Atlantic Canada. Global News has ended the locally produced Halifax edition of Global News Morning. Chorus Entertainment has confirmed that the individual morning programs serving Halifax, Toronto, Montreal, Winnipeg, Saskatoon, and Regina are being replaced by one centralized morning show. The company says local reporters and weather coverage will continue to appear in the new program, but the daily broadcast will no longer be produced as a dedicated Halifax morning show. The final locally produced Halifax edition aired Friday with longtime host Paul Brothers. The change comes during another round of job cuts at Chorus Unifor. Says 43 unionized media positions are being eliminated across Canada, including 3 positions in the Maritimes. In the opinion of this news anchor, first we do want to recognize the journalists, producers, technicians, camera operators, and other employees affected by these decisions. These are people who have spent years waking up before most of us, covering our communities and helping Atlantic Canadians begin their day informed. This is not something to celebrate simply because Global News is another media organization. Every time a local newsroom loses people, every newsroom in the region feels that loss. It means fewer reporters attending council meetings. It means fewer cameras at community events. It means fewer people asking questions when governments, businesses, and public institutions make decisions that affect Nova Scotians. Local news is more than national headlines being read from a studio hundreds or thousands of kilometers away. Local journalism understands that places like Lower Sackville, Lunenburg, Sydney, Truro, Yarmouth, Bridgewater are different communities with different challenges. It understands which roads regularly flood, which hospitals are struggling, which volunteer organizations are keeping communities running, and which stories may never attract national attention but still matter deeply to the people living here. Local media is also critical during severe weather, wildfires, power outages, road closures, and other emergencies. When something happens, people need information from reporters who know the region and know which questions must be asked. At Lighthouse Media, we are still growing. We will not pretend that a new independent newsroom can instantly replace the decades of experience being lost throughout traditional media. But this decision strengthens our commitment to be building something that remains connected to Nova Scotia. We want to cover the community meeting that receives little attention elsewhere. We want to introduce you to the volunteers doing incredible work. We want to ask difficult questions while still celebrating the people, businesses, and organizations moving our province forward. Local journalism survives when communities participate in it. You can support local media by reading and sharing local stories, sending news tips, telling reporters about events, and supporting the businesses that advertise with community-based outlets. The Lighthouse only works when its beam reaches the shore, and that beam is powered by the community around it. Today is Emancipation Day in Nova Scotia. The day commemorates the abolition of slavery throughout most of the British Empire in 1834, while also recognizing the lasting effects of the transatlantic slave trade and the contributions of African Nova Scotia communities. The province held a proclamation and flag-raising ceremony Friday at Province House, with additional community events continuing throughout the weekend. Nova Scotians are encouraged to take time to learn more about the history, resilience, and contributions of the African Nova Scotians and the people of African descent who live here. New opportunity for the tidal energy. Nova Scotia is opening a new demonstration program for smaller scale tidal energy products in the Bay of Fundy. This problem will allow developers to test emerging in-stream technologies while collecting technical and environmental information under real-world conditions. Individual projects must produce less than 2 megawatts with up to 7.7 megawatts of total demonstration capacity available. Applications will be accepted from August the 7th until September 30th. Successful projects could receive permits lasting up to 5 years and will be connected to Nova Scotia's electrical grid. Community Spotlight. A rural Nova Scotia fire department has received some unexpected help from one of nature's most determined construction crews. A beaver dam near Oakland Road has created a freshwater reservoir that can now be used by the Indian Point Volunteer Fire Department. The department has wanted a dry hydrant in that area since it was founded in 1955, but installing one without damaging the beaver dam requires a specially designed system. A local company agreed to manufacture the equipment at no charge, asking only for a $100 Tim Hortons card for its employees. The new dry hydrant will provide firefighters with another water source when responding to emergencies in surrounding rural communities. A solution built through community donations, volunteer firefighters, and several beavers who were apparently completed their part of the project way ahead schedule. Environment Canada is forecasting an unsettled start to the day in parts of the province, followed by some improvements this afternoon. In Halifax and surrounding communities, there is a 60% chance of showers this morning, along with a risk of a thunder shower. Conditions should become a mix of sun and cloud this afternoon with a high of 24. Around Truro, morning showers or drizzle should end before conditions become a mix of sun and clouds. The high will be around 22. Yarmouth and much of southwestern Nova Scotia can expect a mix of sun and cloud with a high near 24. Cape Breton will see showers and a risk of thunderstorms with highs near 22. Fog patches are possible near part of the coast, and the UV index will be high or very high once the skies begin clearing. At this time of recording, Nova Scotia 501 traffic events list was not showing any major active highway incidents. Traffic was also moving at a light volume in both directions on the McDonald and the McKay Bridge. Drivers should remember that the McDonald Bridge will be closed to vehicles tomorrow, Sunday, August 2nd, from 8 in the morning until approximately 5:30 in the afternoon for the Harbor Hustle and Bridge Walk events. Traversing between Halifax and Dartmouth should plan to use the McKay Bridge and allow extra time. Conditions can change quickly, so check Nova Scotia 511 before beginning a longer trip. That's your Lighthouse Local for Saturday, August 1st. Have a safe and enjoyable weekend, Nova Scotia. You can listen to Lighthouse Radio anywhere through our iOS app, on any Alexa connected devices, and with our Google Play app coming soon. For news, weather, and stories from community across the province, stay connected with Lighthouse Media. I'm Dan Budgell. Thank you for listening.